Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. Play chess? Sheng bowed his head, and the light fell on the chessboard in front of him, but he couldn't help but wonder. Where is chess here? In front of the three of them was just a boxy thing that looked like a chessboard. It is said that it is a chessboard, but there are no chessboards and no chess pieces. Just a bare square plank. However, Wang Hei and Duani Fang, who were sitting on opposite sides of Yangzhou, were staring at this bare board with great concentration. I don't even know what I'm looking at. From the appearance of Sheng until now, neither of them even raised their heads to look at him. You'll know when you sit down. With a mysterious smile on Yangzhou's face, he winked at him and greeted him once again to quickly sit down in Sheng's stall and hesitate, and then on the fourth side of the chessboard. It seemed that the seat was reserved for him, and after sitting down, Sheng also knew what chess the three of them were playing. Boom. Everything in front of him changed. All the old trees in the original small courtyard pond disappeared. What appeared in front of him was a vast void. The position where the four of them were sitting did not change, but the original position of the chessboard showed a big black hole in the square. Sheng Chao looked into the black hole, and his expression suddenly fell into a sluggishness. Sheng saw a glorious divine realm that could burn on the east side of the chessboard. Too limited. All of them are the sun and countless 823 stars, big or small, hanging in the eastern sky, reflecting the star field of unknown light years into a bright light. This is a star field with only light and no darkness. Except for the stars, Sheng could not find any other stars. Only stars. He looked at the anus for a long time and found that there are living creatures on these countless stars, big and small. It was a bird with golden body, 3 legs. These golden 3-legged birds are huge. They build magnificent palaces among the stars, inhabit them, and feed on them. When Sheng saw the 3-legged bird that covered the sky and the sun, he swallowed countless stars in one bite, giving people a deep shock and shock. Sheng looked a little lost, and couldn't help muttering, "This is the 3-legged golden crow?" When Wang Hei, who was sitting on his left, heard these words, the king finally picked up his head and looked at him. Sheng confronted this masculine and domineering young man who was as handsome as the sun. Seeing his bright eyes, he heard him say to himself in a slightly surprised tone. "Can you still recognize this as the 3-legged golden crow? Yes, you are indeed qualified to sit here." Sheng was stunned for a while, but he didn't care about this, and hurriedly pointed to the area full of stars below and asked Wang Hei, "What is this? Are you playing chess?" Wang Hei casually picked up a hand and made a gesture of holding the chess and falling. Sheng noticed a faint golden light flickering between his index and middle fingers, and took a closer look. It's another star that can burn. I saw Wang Hei slowly put this star into the splendid star field, his eyes were burning, and he said word by word, "What is this?" "This is the sun god realm full of golden crows. This is my Wang Hei, directing the way of the 5th-level scholar." Sheng heard this sentence, his brain suddenly buzzed, and he fell into a short blank. Sheng was stunned. Subconsciously, he blurted out, "You are not a scholar level? What is the way of a 5th-level scholar?" Wang Hei lightly alerted him and shook his head. "Summer bugs are indescribable." Then another child fell, and another burning star was added to the splendid sun god realm. "Summer insects can't speak ice." When Sheng heard Wang Hei's words, he became accustomed to it, and then an aura flashed through his brain like lightning. He suddenly reacted, "Yes, plus how much does he know about Wang Hei? At what stage was his understanding of Wang Hei?" He only saw that the life gold of base 1359 stopped in the martial arts, more than 10,000 years, but can you say that Wang Hei died in the martial arts for 10,000 years? No one said it. If I leave Celeste now, in 8 years, Celeste will be destroyed. Then the latecomer's perception of me will only stay at the current level of invincibility in the world, 8th-level warrior level, similar to the strength level of the warrior level guide. Sheng suddenly wanted to understand this. He obtained the scholar-level inheritance of Wang Hei and the other 3 people in the Fire Resource Library, and knowing that they had been chasing the Tao of the 2nd-level scholar, he subconsciously thought that they would always stay at the 1st-level scholar and never reach the 2nd-level scholar. But actually, The three Wang Hei did not die with the planet they were on. They never stopped pursuing martial arts until the end of their lives. He speculates on several dynamic characters with a solid state of mind, which will naturally cause great deviations. A simple analogy. The wall is talking about Lu Sheng's high school classmates from the 3rd and 5th classes. Their understanding of Lu Sheng was still when he took the college entrance examination and won the first place in the National Thai Student Martial Arts Tai Hui. And the facts? Lu Sheng is now invincible in the world, and he will soon reach the 9th level. It took Lu Sheng a short time to figure this out, but it took a long time to slowly calm down his trembling heart. He then looked towards the void on the west side of the chessboard. What he saw this time was a star field made of pure crystal. The same are countless planets. Each planet seems to be carefully carved out of crystal clear, and you can see the innermost crystal star vein crystal star core that flows slowly. These crystal planets are colorful. There are crystal creatures of breeder color on the planet. They came out of the stars, they were innately powerful, their bodies were sturdy, and they exuded a sharp and unstoppable edge. Lu Sheng saw a powerful crystal creature with limbs like celestial knives. Vibrate your arms at will, and tear apart large swaths of the starry sky. These crystal beings are burning with sparkling divine fire, giving people the feeling of eternity. A white and slender palm gently fell to add another Shirkai crystal planet in this crystal star field. Lu Sheng saw clearly the master of this king. It is a handsome black-haired middle-aged man whose eyes are 10,000 times brighter and clearer than the top crystal in the world. Lu Sheng looked at him, he seemed to notice that his eyes did not leave the chessboard, but he said lightly, "This is my crystal god realm," which also points directly to the 5th level scholar, but is much stronger than Shimo's sun god realm. This sentence made Wang Hei, who was sitting directly opposite him, suddenly raise his head. "Why do you say that crystal god realm is stronger than my sun god realm? My way has been appreciated by the Lord of Tianlan Star region, and it is a treasure." Duani Fang said lightly, "My way has also been appreciated by the Lord of Tianlan Star region, and no one in the treasure can match it." The light in Wang Hei's eyes flickered, and his face was filled with disgust. He suddenly calmed down again, and said coldly, "It's better than BB." Duani Fang nodded, "It's BB." Afterwards, the two stopped talking and focused on the chessboard. Under their gaze, countless golden crows flew out from the blazing and brilliant sun god realm, and countless crystal beings also emerged from the dreamy and misty crystal god realm. Both sides formed the Taijun. The hot and dazzling flame of the golden crow torrent collided fiercely with the sharp and unparalleled taxi crystal stream. Fight in the middle of the void. With every breath, countless golden crows fell, countless water-green lives shattered, and the newest life was born. There are also countless golden crows and crystal beings born in the sun god realm and the water god realm. This is the collision between the 15th level Tao and the 15th level Tao, and the battle between mythical creatures and legendary beings. This battle shocked Lu Sheng to the point of being unable to speak, so he could only watch it blankly. Everything in front of him was beyond the limit of his imagination. He was like a child who had strayed into the kingdom of God, shocked by Wang Guang's strange and bizarre things, and lost his mind. At this moment, someone spoke to Lu Sheng. "Aren't you going to try?" Lu Sheng raised his head and his face was full of confusion and confusion. He saw Yang Zhou, who was sitting directly opposite him, looking at him with a smile. Lu Sheng shook his head, "I won't. Even if he knows, he will not dare to fall." Compared with Yuha and Duani Fang's Dao, Lu Sheng's proud Dao. Childish is like the muddy jade that a child squeezes when he plays the house. However, Yang Zhou encouraged, "No one is born with it. Any national player starts from a beginner. Try it, I'm sure you can do it well." He looked at Lu Sheng as a good teacher gently. Lu Sheng hesitated, and slowly walked towards the king on the empty chessboard. When his hand entered the void, he immediately gained a lot of enlightenment. "Oh, I see." Lu Sheng's eyes lit up, and he felt a lot of information from the chessboard. In this void, he is a creator-like existence. Feel free to fabricate anything you want, rules, laws, everything. But Lu Sheng hesitated again. What should I create? What should be the first step? He has no clue. His taxi, Chuanwu Dao, said that it sounds good, that the sea is open to all rivers. To say it is unpleasant is chaos and disorder. There is everything but nothing truly representative. Looking at Wang Hei's Sun God Realm, and Duani Fang's Crystal God Realm, Sheng had no way to settle down. At this time, Yang Yizhou's voice sounded again. What did you do when you first started getting into martial arts? What did I do when I first got into martial arts? Sheng murmured. When I first came into contact with martial arts, I followed the martial arts teacher to learn the 2 and 4 forms of national body training, and then. Sheng suddenly reacted. I understand. Sheng's eyes lit up, and there was a direction in his eyes. Study. Imitate. Any creation begins with imitation. I don't know what to do first. I don't know what I want to do. Then let's start by imitating what others do. Sheng looked at Wang Hei's Sun God Realm, and his eyes fell on a star that could burn. He watched intently at the sun to identify its texture core. At this moment, Wang Hei and Duani Fang were fighting fiercely. The two were on the fly, and no one paid attention to what Sheng was doing. While Wang Hei was not paying attention, Sheng secretly picked a small star from the edge of his Sun God Realm. Put it in the king's limo. Even opened the crushed research. Wang Hei took time to turn around and glared at him. You. Sheng hurriedly snuffed out the little star in his hand, turned his face to the side, and pretended to be nonchalant. I didn't do anything, don't look at me. Wang Hei snorted and didn't bother to care about him, and continued to focus on Wang's chess game. With a star as a reference, Sheng has a lot of spectrum in his heart. It turns out that the composition of stars is like this. Sheng looked overjoyed, and felt that his understanding and perception of the indestructible star had increased countless times. If he returns to reality now and digests and absorbs these insights, it is estimated that his star's immortal body will undergo a new transformation. But at the moment, he can't care about these things. Sheng pondered and tried to fabricate a star himself. He rubbed his hands around in the void of the chessboard. I don't know how long it took. A small star that is too small for a sesame grain was born from Zhongyu's hand. This small star is too weak. The light of the fire was weak, not even 1% of the smallest star in the Wang He Sun God Realm, but Sheng was extremely excited. Because this is his first creation. This is a real, okay, star. I succeeded. Sheng raised his head excitedly and couldn't wait to show Yang Zhou his achievements. Yang Yizhou stroked his white beard lightly and nodded with a smile, not bad. Look, isn't this the first step to come out? Sheng nodded happily. Suddenly, he seemed to suddenly remember something. A flash of light flashed through his mind, stared at Yang Zhou in front of him with wide eyes, and blurted out, I know who you are. Who am I? Yang Zhou asked him back. Sheng's eyes are very bright, his expression is strange, but his tone is very confident. You are the master of Tianlan Star territory. Yang Yizhou stroked his white beard, laughing too much. After laughing plus he winked at Sheng plus his face mysteriously said, You only guessed half right.